Hey, welcome to All Around the M, the AATM reaction show. And it's been a tough couple weeks for Penny Hardaway and the Memphis Tigers. But they won, they were resilient last night. And today we're about to react to the post-game interview from the SMU loss because I didn't get a chance to see it. And then we're going to react to the one from the Charlotte win to see what he made different and what he talked about. So let's get straight to it. Let's not waste no more time.
This is terrible, man. This is not competing at all. I don't know what's going on, but it's not competing.
Is that? I mean, there was, the broadcast team on TV had brought that up. They were questioning the effort and everything. So you're saying that's fair?
Yeah, it's fair. Y'all saw the same game we saw, right? I just don't understand why it's not competing. Every game we play is for our life, to make it to the NCAA tournament. That's how I view it. That's how I view coming in every game.
Yeah, Penny seems real disappointed, real angry, real confused about his team and how they're performing. And watching the game, I was just angry, from this game. I just remember we were not crashing the boards at all, not getting no rebounds at all, and it was tough. It was a tough game.
Kind of a broad question, but do you feel like certain guys or all guys have quit on the season?
Not all guys, my man. Don't try to do that to all the guys. It seems like some have, though. It's been going on like that for a minute, though.
And that's exactly what I was seeing. Like, guys weren't even really trying out there, not boxing out, not showing no effort on defense, allowing easy layups. And it seems like ever since the South Florida loss, and really just not even the South Florida loss, but just the whole conference season, ever since the conference season started, it's like the guy's been lackluster, But I think it does stem from the South Florida loss, because that loss was devastating. They came back from like 30 down and won. And ever since then, they've been, low effort and low confidence. But you would think that a team full of seniors and mature guys would, have the maturity to bounce back from a tough loss like that and be resilient. But it seems like it's been the opposite, and Penny had to make some adjustments going into the Charlotte game, definitely. So we'll see what else he has to say.
Is there any? I assume you don't want to name names.
Nah, not gonna name names.
How do you? I mean, diagnosing it is one thing. I guess there's just have you reached sort of the end of the rope as far as like.
We played other players today that played hard, that had a care factor. So that was a start. I mean, we played players that had a care factor today.
That was Joe Cooper, like that. Getting
Carl and those guys just want to go out there and just work hard. That's the Memphis way.
And peep how he said that. He said that's the Memphis way. After the reporter talked about Joe Cooper coming out the bench with a lot of energy and having that competitive spirit. So, it kind of foreshadows what happened last night at the Forum and how Joe Cooper just had a big game off the bench.
Just want to be a care factor, man. This team is new, but care factor has to kick in at some point.
Where did this unraveling begin, if you look back and kind of try to diagnose it?
South Florida game.
And what I just say, the South Florida game just put the whole team in a disarray. And I feel like it killed our confidence, and I think it gave the guys a feeling like, dang, maybe we're not good enough like we thought. Because you're going into that game, top 10 to that game, and you lose like that, like, that's heartbreaking.
Do you ever ask yourself how we got here? Like, it's been.
No, I've been seeing it. See, what you guys keep trying to do is you're trying to put two teams against each other. The team that won 10 in a row is totally different from this team. This is not the same team. This team is 7-6. The other team was 13-2. This is not the same team. We didn't have Naquan. We didn't have Jordan Brown. We didn't have any of those guys. That's what y'all keep trying to merge. We got on a really good winning streak because we had Caleb Mills, who was a really good player, playing with the other smalls, and it made us very difficult to guard because David Jones was always at the 4. It's a totally different team. Y'all keep trying to make it, it's not the same team. And that's what's frustrating me the most because I'm trying to get this team to play on the level that the other team was, and I have not been able to find a way to do it.
Yeah, so basically what Penny just said is that this team that we started conference with is different from the team that we started the season with. And basically he's trying to find a pocket like they had during the non-conference schedule. And this team now was 7-6, as opposed to the last team, which was 9-2. So, which is a concern going into March. But I feel like going off the win we just had last night, we can build off of that, And let's see what Penny has to say before we go into the other post-game interview.
About a turbulent locker room at times. Do you think some of the coming and going of players, whether it's bringing Jordan Brown back, bringing Naquan Tomlin along, all of that stuff, has that caused some kind of that turbulence?
It's been just the same guys all year, man. I don't know what it is. I just don't know what it is. We were winning, they were unhappy. We're losing, they're unhappy. So it is what it is. We're just trying to fight around a lot of stuff. So at the end of the day, we're going to finish the season strong. This isn't us quitting. We got guys that want to continue to fight.
What did you, what do you do now?
Go back home, practice, get ready for Charlotte. That's what you do.
Is there you said that you've got a few guys, or a couple guys, or whatever, who you feel you're questioning whether or not.
I think right now the team is fed up, so I think they're going to take over now. I've been fighting it all year. I think they're finally going to take over. I think they're finally going to, because they haven't been saying anything all year. They've been noticing the same thing, so now they'll take over. So that's when it's going to change, not when I want it to change.
Yup, and I feel like that's what we need. We need the team to step up, because I think what Penny is basically saying is he's done all that he can do as a coach, and it's really in the players' hands to be disciplined and to want to play as a team and to want to be better. On that note, let's go ahead and hop into the Charlotte win post-game interview and see what Penny had to say about that.
Hey, Coach, the difference between a good team and a great team is consistency. How can you make this consistent throughout?
Well, it's not optional anymore. If you're going to play hard, you're going to be on the floor. If not, you're going to be on the bench. That's where we are right now. And every practice is going to be hard. It's not going to be any more practices to cater to anybody's knick-knack injuries or anything like that. It's just this is where we are.
All right, who's going to say it? Because, I swear, the last time I did a post-game interview and it was in Memphis, it was a great, audio, video. The audio was coming out of both speakers, not just one. My left headset is killing my ear right now. But Penny seemed like his demeanor is way different in this post-game interview than the last one. And I feel like he's not playing no games. I like his approach to how he's dealing with his team. And he's just basically like, man, hey, if you're going to play hard, you in the game. If you going to go out there and BS, you out. You sitting on the bench, and that's where we at right now. Because we got to win. We got games to win. And we got a season to save. So keep it pushing.
Petty, I feel like most people would agree that this is the most talented team in the conference, just a matter of effort and energy on a night in, night out basis. But if you guys play like this every night, what is still capable for this team?
Yeah, if we play at this level, we can win out. That's conference tournament included. That's just who we are if we play this way. And again, it can't be optional. And I told the guys that we can't play musical chairs again, trying to find it. The starters have to start with the right attitude and the right energy and the right effort, and then the bench has to come in and do the same thing. It just is what it is right now.
Yeah, Penny is about business. He not playing no games. I can see it all in his demeanor. Right now it's winning time, and we gotta build on something going into March. We can't just BS the rest of the season and hope that we figure it out in March.
Penny, the exact opposite game from the SMU game on Sunday. Is there a point over the last few days where you saw from the team that this was going to be a good result tonight?
Yeah, obviously when we got back from Dallas, we practiced, and Again, I put the orange bubbles, the stoppers in the rims, and we went 45 minutes on box outs and transition defense. That's about toughness. We want all the toughness stats tonight. That's what we haven't been given on a nightly basis. I don't know why it's been optional. We've tried to stick with the starters for a very long time because we're depending on them to give the heavy lifting. And when they're not playing hard and they're just not interested at all, it makes it look like we are a really bad team. Because you can't depend on the bench. We don't really have a strong, overwhelming bench. We have talent, but it's not strong, overwhelming, especially defensively and with physicality. And if the starters don't do it, then we got to depend on guys that really don't have that much experience.
If I'm Penny, I'm practicing box outs like he did for the Charlotte game. I'm practicing shooting, and I'm practicing. Shooting, defense, and free throws. That's what I'm practicing going into the FAU game, cause we need all the toughness in the world to show up on Sunday to get FAU up out of here.
Hey, Coach. Donovan McLemore here with Grind City Hoops. What is your vision for building a championship team here at Memphis?
Well, for me, it starts with defense and rebounding, because that's what great championship teams do, and being tough. That's what we've always had here. Really disappointed in how we played this season, how we represented ourselves, the school, and the city. And it's just nights like this that make you scratch your head. You know, we played well against Tulane, played well the first half against Temple, and then you go to North Texas and have a bad offensive night and then get competed and then didn't compete 1 minute in the first half of the SMU game and then press the entire second half. So it's like when we come out with the focus, again, they have the answers to the test before every game. We know exactly what guys are going to do. No guy in that locker room can say we're not prepared, even though I take the hit all the time. They just have to bring the energy and the effort. It just is what it is.
Coach, you put Joe Cooper out there with like 10 minutes left, and he really kind of flipped the game. He brought energy on defense and hit the 3-ball in the corner. Like, what do you see from him when you put him out there and really what he provides on both ends?
What I see the most is the care factor. He's a Memphis guy, Memphis kid, homegrown. This is a dream situation for him to be playing in the Memphis Tigers uniform. And every moment he's going to savor, and you're going to see why he plays the way he plays, because he's trying to represent the city in a good fashion. And he's pulling some people along with him.
And that's what we've been missing. We've been missing a spark plug off the bench who can be that energy boost for the guys and to lift the guys up. It's great that we have that. And on top of that, he's a hometown hero player that, you know, exactly what Penny said, that he's going to take advantage of every opportunity he has, because it's really a dream come true to play for Memphis, and you're from the city, and, you know, you got your friends, your family, your girl, and, you know, everything. So I feel like we need to continue to play him, and yeah.
How much has just running the offense been a point of emphasis the last few?
Yeah, it's been a big point of emphasis, especially tonight, because we get too wild. We get moments where JQ and David, they go one-on-one and take bad shots sometimes. So does Jaquan Walton. So does Naquan Tomlin. And we just start taking bad shots and not running our offense. So today I put together a set of plays that we were going to stick with the entire game. So we would make teams work on our offensive end instead of taking quick shots and having to go back and not play defense and not rebound and then give them a lead. That's what's been going on. So I scripted the whole entire game today defensively, switching up defenses and putting a package of offensive plays together that I knew we were going to have to get from strong to weak side.
So as opposed to letting the guys do what they want on the floor, you wrote up plays, you had a defensive scheme, and you basically had an overall game plan. Now, come on, Penny, we should have been. I feel like we should have been doing that, you know. But hey, it's March, you know. It's almost March. You feel me? So you're not too late, but you're not too early either. So I'm glad that we getting to it, and you know FAU gonna come with it. So we're gonna have to draw some even better plays.
Penny, you talked about being a target a little bit, but I'm curious, have you also heard from people that have been in your corner throughout this process, and how have you responded to that, and what does that
Yeah,
mean?
absolutely. For the fans that hang in there, you understand that people have problems. We all have problems. You know, this is just such a massive change in this 3 weeks or a month of going on a 10-game win streak and then just imploding right in front of our eyes. And it's more shocking to me than anybody because I'm living it. I'm in it every single day. I know what the fabric of this team is, but to the fans that hung in there and was like, hey, we're going to get back, we appreciate that because a real fan is somebody that's going to stick with you through the good and the bad. We understand the criticism is going to come, but some of it gets personal, and some of these young men, they read that, and it makes them go further in the hole, and it's my job to try to pick them up every day. That's why I take the bullets, because you can say what you want to say about me. I know where my heart is, but I do appreciate the fans for hanging in there with us. The job is not done, but this game was for the people, for ourselves, and for the people who are really rallying behind us.
I ain't gonna lie, for a second, I was doubting a little bit, you know. But I mean, I always kept faith because I know I always knew that it's not over. But I was down, man. I really kind of like, you know, like depressed a little bit. I was like, man, like the Tigers ain't even really playing good. Like we losing, like we can't win on the road to save our lives. And I was just feeling down, like, man, I guess we're really not that good. But a lot of, not a lot of, but some Memphis fans, quotations, are, you know, very vocal and hard on the team, you know, and they try to, you know, downplay the team or talk down about Penny as a coach or the players, and it comes off kind of like, you know, you a fake fan or you just waiting for some stuff to go down so you can talk your stuff, but like, you know, it just comes off just not real. So Penny does have a point.
Penny, you were obviously livid on Sunday, and rightfully so. You know, you called out some of your players, and Monday did it again. How did they respond to that? Did guys kind of shut down initially, or did they kind of take that as a challenge?
No, they took it as a challenge this time. In the past, it was shut down. You know, and I mean, nobody's going to feel sorry for us. When you look at last four in, first four out, and all that, and our name isn't anywhere and where we were a month ago, that should fuel you enough. This city is about toughness. Where's your pride? Fight and scrap no matter if you win or lose a game, but give an effort every single time. Not one effort, but multiple efforts. And they took the challenge. They accepted it.
It's my question. Feels like at times as your adversity's hit and you thought you were going to get a response from this group and they haven't responded in the way that you wanted to immediately. After Sunday, did you finally get the ticked off group that you've wanted when that adversity is hit?
Absolutely. I hate that it took this much adversity and this much losing for them to finally get to the point of, man, we're in danger. The danger sign's been going off to me since we lost to South Florida, because I know momentum. Momentum can go the other way. And momentum went the other way on us. And then we regrouped. It just, I don't know how you don't sustain that when you know your livelihood is on the line. Your chances of making the NCAA tournament was on that Texas swing. And to go out like that just, it worries me, you know. And I just said, hey, this is where it's at, man. And I asked one question, have we let go of the rope? And they said no. I said, well, this is what we're going to do. And we're going to do it this way every single time. They accepted the challenge.
I'm feeling something with this team, you know, and I hope that they don't make me spill my words, you know, and let me down. But I don't know. I just feel something with this team, and I just feel like this team is clutch. And you know, when it comes to being in danger, because we've been in danger, but we're in danger, I feel like we're going to bounce back hard.
Coach, 14 offensive rebounds tonight compared to Charlotte's 4. How much did that play a role in today's home victory?
Played a huge role because it's what we set out to do. We're not a great offensive rebounding team. We're not a great defensive rebounding team. So we talked about just hitting today, not just rebounding, but actually hitting with physicality, because that's what it's going to take for people to stop coming in and rebounding on us. We usually get hit first and then shy away from the contact. Today, the 14 offensive rebounds is the byproduct of 2 days in a row with those stoppers in and hitting those pads 45 minutes. It just is what it is.
Yes. Yes. About time. About time we start boxing out. About time.
You mentioned a second ago how the at-large hopes are basically over at this point. Did it help you guys a little bit to not necessarily be playing with nothing to lose, but with less to lose tonight?
You know, it's really weird. We're just fueled to try to get momentum in an area before we go to the conference tournament, and we want to finish strong because we feel like if we get momentum off of a game like this, and we keep building momentum, and we win out, then we got a great chance to go into Dallas and win that conference tournament. You can't be wishy-washy. You can't do this tonight and then come back against FAU and not fight. You got to consistently do it over and over and over again and let the chips fall where they may. So for us, the motivation was to redeem ourselves from SMU and then to get some momentum going into the tournament.
And speaking of the conference tournament, do you guys still have any hope that you can maybe move into that top four and have to play just 3 in 3 days, or are you mentally preparing to play 4 in 4 days at this point?
You never know what can happen with the rest of the season and how the committee, because we have a lot of quad one wins. We've done our work early and lost late. You really don't want to lose late. You want to lose early and win late. So we put ourselves in a bind. But if you win out and you just continue to win and you win in this fashion, then maybe you get a little leniency. Maybe you get a little someone there to go. Maybe Memphis is back. So that's all we have right now. That's what we put ourselves into, and we got to get ourselves out of it.
Real quick, Penny. How's David? Is he okay? I know it seemed like. Do you know what happened there?
I don't know. With him, for him not to come back, then it was bad, and he didn't know whether we were winning or losing. I think his eyeball got scratched. Okay. And I don't know. He was okay on the sideline, but very blurry.
Hold on. What? What happened? David Jones hurt? Scratching the eye. Please tell me he gonna play on Sunday. I need him to go to the eye doctor and get all the eye drops he can get and drop it into his eye. Until he can see clear. And get him some goggles with a prescription. With the medicine. So we can play.
Absolutely. I told him we just got to be the most physical team from this point on, no matter what.
Which great win, but obviously you got a few days off now. How are you going to challenge your team with this time off to prepare for a tough FAU team that's going to come in here on Sunday?
Yeah, we have tomorrow off, and we respect FAU a lot. We got to protect home court, and we just got to be who we were tonight. It's just got to be some consistency to that. So after tomorrow's day off, which is much needed because we have a ton of injuries, and then we'll come back to practice and be ready to get back after it.
You heard it there. I hope David Jones and any other player that's injured is healthy enough to play in the FAU game. And yeah, we need to win that game. You know, we gotta get our league back from last year, and it's a heavyweight game that is much needed for our resume. So that's it for this. I hope y'all enjoyed it. See y'all in the next. Peace.